Brandon Ayuk wants to get paid more than he wants to be a Niner. If he gets paid by the Niners, dynamite. But whatever his brother and sister put out there, it's clear that Brandon Ayuk isn't ride or die with the Niners. Not like Jonathan Kuminga wants to be with the Golden State Warriors.
Well, we know there's not going to be a lifer in Pittsburgh because Kenny Pickett has just been traded
to who?
To the Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow.
A shakeup of power in the NFC.
There's no shakeup.
Wow, man.
That's the opposite of a shakeup. He wasn't going to play in Pittsburgh, and now he's not going to play in Philadelphia.
But what we learned is he's not that good.
We know he's a winner.
He was a backup in Pittsburgh going into this season.
Then he was a starter.
Week 1.
Did they not get Russell Wilson?
Oh, you're right. But there was a reason.
Okay, so he's a backup in Pittsburgh, traded to Philly, and now he's a backup in Philly. That's what we're talking about.
But my point was
3,000 miles away from Pittsburgh.
He's still
that's
in
the big news. Kenny Pickett, 888-957-9570. Should the 49ers have made a run at Kenny Pickett?
You are fighting yourself more than anybody. No. Dude, you beat yourself.
I got it on lock.
You don't even know it.
No, I got it on lock right now.
Hey, Steiny, what time is it? 12:05. It's 12:05. Why? That's just the time.
Yeah. We still got 2 more hours.
That's nothing.
Well,
115 minutes. Oh, what do you got?
Well, it's nothing for you. You don't worry about the content like I do.
Yeah, okay. I am the content.
All right, well, let's go. Say something and start a topic. Give me something.
I can't believe, no, being real.
Yeah.
I can't believe you thought it was, you couldn't see why Jonathan Kuminga said he wanted to be here for life.
I never said that,
No, but you can't.
What are you? Go.
Hold on.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm not Skip Bayless.
That.
Everything that comes out of my mouth is not a dig at you. It seemed like perplex is too strong. Like everything is going steady Eddie for him, especially even with the playing time. Like me hearing him say that was par for the course. I just felt like you could have been saying the same thing. I'm just asked, like that didn't surprise me that he would say it. And the beautiful part of it to me, real quick here, Steiny, is he's had some turbulence, if you want to call the playing time and getting on the court turbulence. So I didn't say
at no time did I say I was surprised. Okay, why does Kuminga want to be a Warrior for life, but we don't hear something like that from Ayuk? That was my question. Right, I was not surprised.
Okay,
I'm not saying
now. I got it.
So in other words, like everything I said was
no. You compared him to Ayuk. You didn't say surprise, so nothing there.
All right, then we need something else to talk about.
Come up with something.
Eric Armstead to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now that's a balance of power changer right there.
Well, they insulted him. They wanted him to not a restructure, a pay cut. I cannot wait to see what this D looks like, man. You got a first-time defensive coordinator, and I know somebody's over his shoulder, possibly in Staley. You lose Armstead. And Steiny, you just got guys, coming in the first time together. Like, it's easy for me to say Peterson does not have the comfort level of D'Amico Ryans and Robert Saleh. I know you still got Bosa and Warner. Greenlaw, I don't expect him to be on the field the first half of the season. That's just me. Like, I'm eager to see what this looks like in Steiny. The one thing we do know is teams ran roughshod on them up until the Super Bowl, this Niner defense. Okay, if it wasn't all Wilkes' fault and you fundamentally got a player problem or a system problem, I don't know. We're going to find out. And now you just, 4 new players coming in on defense.
How many positions are being affected?
Well, I mean, you got defensive end and D-line. I hear you.
You still got Bosa.
You got Hufanga coming back.
No guarantees for Hufanga, according to Evan. Right?
As far as?
No guaranteed for Hufanga anymore.
That was in Mike Silver's column from the Chronicle that not even a former All-Pro and his starting spot is guaranteed.
No, because he's on the defense.
Exactly. Well,
Guys have not messed with their offense at all.
Yeah. And we kind of get that, right? Except
why?
The O-line, Steiny. They're going to do something. They got it.
But that's just supplemental.
I know they brought back McKivitz, but man, that that position literally cost you the Super Bowl.
No, it didn't. He thinks the defense cost him the Super Bowl.
See that?
Otherwise,
wow, man.
They've made no changes on offense. And that's kind of what I mean.
Damn.
Kyle Shanahan's made no changes on offense. He doesn't think offense was at all the issue.
But what? Okay, and again,
it was the defense.
But what
that's
about
what
the
he
first
said.
half? The
he
offense struggled against Green Bay in the first playoff game.
That's great. He does. I'm just telling you.
No.
Look at what a guy does.
That's frustrating to me because you might be right.
Well, I am right. They haven't messed with the offense up to this point. And I would encourage everybody to read Mike Silver's story in the Chronicle. I think it came out yesterday.
Man.
It's clear that he thinks Wilkes cost him the Super Bowl. And there's not one quote in there. It's all about the whole story is about how Kyle is talking in the building about the team. And he's telling his colleagues, we probably didn't even really deserve to make the Super Bowl. We probably didn't we might have been closer to a team that got eliminated than actually a team that could have won the Super Bowl. All right, so that's what he's telling everybody. Okay, so how do we get back to the Super Bowl? Well, everything is on the defensive side of the football. He's telling you who he is,
man.
To me.
Yeah, if you're I'm not in. If you're correct, and we talked about his arrogance and whatever you deem this to fall under, but if that's what's going on, Steiny, man, because again, the offense got the ball, the defense got you interception in the Super Bowl right after half for you to kind of separate from them, and the offense couldn't do a damn thing. And for him to be, if he's thinking that way, man, wake up, Kyle, if you are thinking that way. And you're about to put, I don't know how much money. I know you'll be able to negotiate with Brock Purdy. You don't have to. But, he could come into next year like Brandon Ayuk is this year if they don't rip it up and give him something.
To me, you can make big changes through free agency. So, and the Niners, it wasn't like they were going to be big spenders. Nechty just missed the dunk.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Connect. Yeah, could have cut it to 19.
It's all right.
Obviously, there are more impactful players probably in free agency with veteran-type guys than adding through the draft. But, again, I don't think it's hard. Everything the Niners have done so far in free agency has been the defense. They've not messed with the offense at all. Are they going to draft some offensive linemen? Sure. Yeah, of course they are. But that's supplementing. That's not drastic changes. And maybe I'm wrong, but I fully expect Ayuk and Deebo Samuel will both be on the team this year, even after all the
whatever's going on. Yeah.
So he won't. Juszczyk will be back. Kittle will be back. He doesn't think the offense is the issue. Plain and simple, right? 888-957-9570 is the number. He's kind of, and that's where I'm kind of with you, Goo. You brought it up. Yeah, I didn't like the look. I don't like the look either. You hired Wilkes.
Well, man.
Now you fired Wilkes. Now you're going after the defense. And who knows? Maybe they upgrade the defense and they win a Super Bowl and their offense is good enough.
I'll say this too. Let me add this. You had your offense, Steiny, Kyle. You had 7 points at halftime and you're building twice in the playoffs. I don't know. Hey, I got to tip my cap to Detroit and Green Bay, but Steiny, that ain't good enough. And then against Kansas City, who's a better defensive unit, you had opportunities to punch it in, and you couldn't. So now I'm not blaming the players. I know I keep mentioning the O-line, but damn, at some point, the question's going to be, what are you doing with these pieces on the chessboard that everybody thinks are wonderful? You had 7 points in 2 games back-to-back at halftime at home, and that was shocking in itself to me, especially the Green Bay game.